Welcome back to Trauma Drinker with myself, Romeo Jones. And on this channel, we heal the pain behind the pour. This has truly been a work and is a work in progress for me of just that, healing the pain behind the pour. And I've been working on some things, and I want to be clear, make a clear distinction that Trauma Drinker isn't a label, okay? There's enough of that going on, okay? Some of it rightly so, maybe, and some of it not so rightly so. But listen, Trauma Drinker is a lens. That's what I'm seeing it as. That's what I'm working on. Like, truly, it's a lens. It popped in my mind. Like, you're not just drinking, Romeo. You're 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 escaping trauma, unresolved trauma with drinking. So within this naked mind, we have. I said this naked mind. I'm sorry. Big piece of Trauma Drinker, but within Trauma Drinker, we're gonna go on two projects. Okay. The first path slash project is the pour, right? How do we go from essentially what the world would call alcoholic to alcohol free, right? Before I was ever an alcoholic, as they say, I even identify with it. My first form of recovery was the lighting is driving me nuts, y'all. I'm getting better as I go. See if that helps with the glare. Nonetheless, see me getting better as I go? Where was I? From alcoholic to alcohol free. We're going to do that with this naked mind, okay? This, like, with the book alone, I got sober, and there's countless other people who have. Some people are like, oh man, I need to join the actual 365-day path program to get to clean, to get a naked mind. Not necessarily so, but in any event, Project Naked Mind is where we address the drinking, okay? And we go on a path to go alcohol free. All right? There's an identity for you, alcohol free. Okay? There's an identity, but the other one is the trauma, right? The pain. We're going to go from post-traumatic stress to post-traumatic growth. We're not just going to pretend like it never happened. We're not just going to be a pastor just pray over us and then it's all gone. We're going to use what happened and grow from it. I'm already doing it. 3 years ago, I was homeless with nothing because of my drinking and the decisions that I was making while I was drinking and my trauma, etc., etc., right? We know I can go on, but, and this video looks really choppy. I hope it doesn't play like that. We'll see. And if it does, we're just going to keep going. But listen, here's the plan. I just hit 36 weeks today at 11:11, if you will. You can't see that. It's 11:19, but 11:11 made exactly 36 weeks since I had my last drop of alcohol, right? We're giving birth to this thing, right? When a woman eggs, it's fertilized by a man. It's a 40-week germination period, right? 36 weeks here, you all. This is at 35 years young, this is the longest I've truly been sober. I did 10 months when the love of my life, which I ironically didn't know how to love her, that's why she's not in my life anymore, was not attracted to me. I put the bottle down to get her back, but the damage had already been done. Attraction isn't a choice, you all. You know, it's not unfortunate. It is what it is. As you sow, so shall you reap. But she's no longer in my life. But I've learned a lot from that. Okay, we're gonna take our L's, if you will, and turn them into lessons. So Tuesdays, right here on this channel, I know the last 95 videos were sporadic, all over the place. I had to pull some old videos from some old channels like the Narcissist Kid and really get a vision on this thing. And that's Trauma Drinker. Okay? So on Tuesdays, we'll talk about Path 2, essentially, which is, I'm thinking to call it Project Rewrite Trauma, right? That's where we go from post-traumatic stress to post-traumatic growth. And on Thursdays, we'll talk about Project Naked Mind. And that's all about how I use this naked mind to overcome, to control drinking. We'll call it that, to control drinking. All right. And actually, today, I've had access to it. My mentor's book. Oops, that's upside down. Not going to work. Live Naked Alcohol Free. A joyful approach to living alcohol free. So, this helps you get control of alcohol. This will assist you in living free from alcohol. I'm so grateful that when I got serious about this journey that I had these tools. I would have done it on my own, truly. You know what I mean? Like, and I've seen many of people do it, okay? On the YouTube channels and that I watch, there's plenty of people in the comments who just had spontaneous sobriety. They woke up one day for whatever reason and was like, I'm done. You feel me? So just wanted to really just drop that for you. And I gotta be honest with you all. When it comes to the trauma, that wound is still very raw. Okay? Let me go off on a tangent, a little story really fast. I had a tough childhood. Okay? We're not gonna, it could have been better, it could have been worse, but it was what it was. And one thing that my mother, who was my primary caregiver, would do was always put the light on the not so good, right? Come home with straight A's, she focuses on a B in the class that I did not like. She focuses on the check mark that I got for misconduct because I go to school in the south side of Chicago. Like, the lunchroom goes up. You know, like, if you don't know what I mean, that means like sometimes the BS finds you, and if you don't address it, it's gonna continue to find you. So yeah, I got a check mark in class. You know, they cracking your mama jokes. I'm about to crack a your mama joke back. That's just what it is. And my mother would focus on that to the exclusion of the other 3.7 GPA, right? Well, in the midst of me becoming sober, I talked to my mother. Not even a good. I'm happy for you, son. I'm proud of you, son. You know what she brings up? When I used to be drunk and depressed, and me and her would be bumping heads a little bit, and I would belittle her mothering. I was in a drunken state of mind, right? She's not focused on that. She says, "Oh well, you know the things that you said to me. The drunk mind speaks sober thought, right? I mean, yeah, two things can be true at the same time, but with a naked mind, a clean alcohol-free mind, I turn those your lack of parenting skills, which I understand why we have a lot of intergenerational trauma in life. Not just this isn't something that's just bestowed upon my family. This is an issue that we all have to overcome in life, right? But here our son stands, right? And there was a time I remember when my mother would see me in a drunken state and say, "My son, an alcoholic," but now that her son's alcohol free, not even I'm proud of you. And if you're not proud of me, I'm happy for you that you're not gone off the bottle anymore. You know? So some things just don't change. But Romeo Jones he's changing right here. And I'm documenting it for you. So I'm still a little struggling with perfectionism, right? Which is essentially just fear, if you ask me, right? And anxiety. But I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing and just taking it one step at a time. Dr. King said faith is taking the next step when you can't see the next staircase, right? When you can't see the next step. That's what I'm doing here, and my goal is to truly I aspire to inspire. That's it, y'all. That's it. If a younger version of me, not that this couldn't help an older version, but there's a version of me out there that could hear this message, watch this video, and potentially not continue down the road as far as I did. And if you did, in any event, get you to see what's possible when we take shit and turn it into sugar. Excuse the French. Okay? And that's where we're at with it. So there's something I forgot to say. I also started a Substack. On the Substack, I will certainly be heavy on the trauma because you write on Substack. You can't make videos, but I'll be doing a lot of writing and then turn the writing into audio so you can essentially watch the videos as well. I mean, listen to the post as well. But there's going to be a lot of catharsis writing, right? Like essentially writing to heal. I'm not looking to revisit those and relive them, but at a place where I can just express the grief, right? I don't want to be crying all on YouTube. Not that I haven't. If you've seen some of my videos in the past, and who knows what'll happen in the future, I've certainly shed some tears right here on this camera that I uploaded to YouTube. So I'll drop the link to my Substack below. If this message is resonating with you, check it out. I'm not just going for subscribers for subscribers' sake. I'm going for, if this message coming from this messenger is connecting with you, I really go deep in the Substack on the trauma part. And on YouTube, I'm really focused on that, the poor, right? How can you get alcohol free? Forget embracing the label of an alcoholic, dude. Before I was an alcoholic, I was not an alcoholic. So if it's a disease, I don't really care to go down that route with you, okay? That's not what this channel is about. Freedom. Living alive is what this is about. As you can see up there, that's my path box, right? I am in the path as I currently make this video on December 30th, 2025. I started in June of 2025. I graduate May 31st. Okay, it's pretty cool. I graduated high school in May of 2009. Look at time fly. Woo! You wake up out of that oblivion of drunkenness and you be like, hot tamale. Yes, sir. So I love you all. And I didn't post much. I mean, again, the perfectionism, it's there. So let me get this video uploaded. Just wanted to get you an update, and I want to wish you a happy new year. And let's get this thing going. Let's get this thing going. Thinking back to my teenage years in closing, it was on a New Year's Eve that I really started to drink socially, right? Drink for fun. And it didn't take long for some events to happen in my childhood, and what was a pastime, drinking on weekends with my friends, you know, going to whoever had open house, it turned into a way to cope. And you could almost argue that the coping skill created a bigger problem than the original wound. So much love, you all. Welcome to Trauma Drinker, where we heal the pain behind the pour with Romeo Jones. I'm signing out, y'all. Much love and Happy New Year.